And welcome back to another game in the MNFL. I am the lone commentator in this one as the ThunderBirds take on the Aviators. A pretty important one right here, and the Aviators and the ThunderBirds both being ranked number 1 and number 2. Should prove to be a pretty good matchup coming up right here. I'm sure you notice I sound different. The allergies have been kicking my butt here lately. But all of that aside, ThunderBirds, Aviators, to come to you in just a bit. I know I said there were going to be some clips and everything like that. Never really got to those. And those have been kind of put off until after week 2. So that's when I'll get everything out. But with that being said, like I said, this matchup is set to be a good one. The last one obviously being the Voyagers. That one was good. So you can only guess what's going to happen between the two spots in the NFC that really have a lot to compete for right here, right now. But enough talking. I'll get us into this game. Again, excuse the voice, but this is how it's going to be. So let's get it. Thunderbird set to kick off to the home team. And they'll receive this one at about the 3. As he'll be taken down at the 27 for a 24-yard gain. Here is Jared Goff, who had a pretty good game against the Lumberjacks, I want to say. Threw for 250 yards in that one. So we'll see what he does here as he's set up in an empty formation. Fires! This one is incomplete. A bunch of congestion within the defense there. Tried to fit one in, didn't work. So Jared Goff once again to throw this one. Amon-Ra St. Brown stays up on his feet. Big catch right there. We'll get him 6 yards ahead. And it'll be 3rd and 4. The question being, can they convert right here? Play action. Goff launches downfield and it's caught, but they're going to say it's out of bounds. Sam Laporta would have been the one with a catch right there if it hadn't been rolled back. And no booth review, surprisingly. No challenge flags, neither. As this one will bounce into the end zone. And Baker and the Thunderbirds will have it at the 20. Let's talk about Baker a little bit here. Once again, these guys have been having amazing weeks. 20 for 24 on his passes. That's about 244 yards to his resume as of just right now. And he pitched a shutout pretty much last week, as he'll convert pretty easily here for the first down to McMillan. As they'll set up at the 32 for first down. Mayfield tries to get out of the pocket, and he will, but he'll decide to throw this one out. Davis on the pressure right there. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Baker making a man move. The tight end. Mayfield launches one. Caught by Mike Evans. What a physical catch Right there, Mike Evans proving himself to be one of the best physical receivers in the game. And you look at that pass, he had to come back for that. And then managed to hold on through the contact. He still got it. And they'll be set up in midfield. For first down, Baker throws this one in, a kill shot made by the linebacker. Otten looking for a flag. And he's not going to get it. They'll stay at the 50 here for second down. Mayfield on the handoff. And they'll lose some right here. Smith on the tackle. And that is huge for Chicago, as it'll be 3rd and 12 here at the 49. So kind of the halfway mark right there between the 49 and the 48. And Baker tries to escape, and he gets killed right there by Anzalone. Pretty good linebacker. Gets there in time for that one to be incomplete. 4th and 12 forces the punt unit to go out. And this one, pretty nicely placed. They'll be down at the 10 on 1st and 10. Believe that is Jahmyr Gibbs. And play action. Goff! They're not going to say it's a safety. They'll say he's down at the 2. And Tyke Smith on the tackle there. So a sack right off the bat. And the Aviators not looking too hot. As here is 2nd and 18 at the 2-yard line. Laporta in motion. Goff at the back of his end zone. Fires. Pretty important catch right here. He stays on his feet. He could go. Does he have the legs? He's to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Aviators. A 98-yard touchdown pass. Sam Laporta with an impressive block shed capability right there. What an impressive way to come back from that one. It wasn't looking too good, as the first play ended up being a sack, and then the next they go out of their way for a crazy gain on 1st and 10. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Here's 1st and 10 for Rio de Janeiro. They'll get 8 here from Irving. And it'll be 2nd and 2. 36-yard line. Mayfield handoff to Irving once again. He gets shifty for a pretty positive gain there. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44 now. Baker Mayfield. Now he's shown that he can sling the rock a little bit. He's got the receivers to do so, but they'll run it again for a gain of just 2. Aiden Hutchinson on the tackle. He's a big part of this defense. Looks to be one of the best defensive ends to come out of this season. Of course, it being the first, as Mike Evans goes forward for the Thunderbirds to make it 3rd and 1. Handoff. Irving. 1st down. I'm sorry, that's not No, that is Irving. Thought I seen a number 1 on the field there, folks. Excuse me. And triple zeros in the first quarter. Chicago with an impressive strike with Sam Laporta. The defense, though, has been strong for both sides. We'll see what the Thunderbirds can do at the start of the second here. They are now at the 45 inside enemy territory. Mayfield will hand this one off, and it'll be stuffed at the line. Irving is not moving an inch, as it'll be second down once again at the 45. Man in motion there. That's Chris Godwin. Mayfield launches this one. It's caught, and Mike Evans for a gain of 8. Third and short here for the Thunderbirds. Can they convert? Irving, just doesn't get past the line right there. It'll be 4th and inches. And a decision to be made by the coach. And they're staying out here. Big play coming up right here. Mayfield takes the snap. He's still holding on to it. He's got Godwin. And he'll be down at the 16-yard line. First down. Thunderbirds. So the play fake works. And he hits a wide open Chris Godwin to get into the red zone here. Thunderbirds have been on a roll. Aviators looking to put something up on defense, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 5. Getting just enough right there. McMillan. And they could tie this one up right here, right now. Otten, the man in motion. Mayfield hands it off to Irving. And Irving getting pushed right back to the line. They'll give him forward progress. But a pretty good form tackle right there from the Aviators as Mayfield steps up, throws, Godwin, touchdown! The Thunderbirds get on the board right here. And they will tie this one up pending the extra kick. And that one was, first of all, that is a way harder pass than it seems. He's got to fit that in between one route and another. I mean, you're talking about 4, maybe 2 defenders in that range. So just a different way of looking at it here, as that might be the longest drive of the season so far. 5 minutes, 46 seconds taken off the clock. And they certainly deserve to have 7 after holding the ball for so long. Big special teams effort right there. Gets them to the 22-yard line. Just got smacked as soon as he got there. And Jared Goff, who had the 98-yard pass, will come out in an empty set now. And Amon-Ra St. Brown comes back towards his QB. And it won't do much. Called a gain of 1. And it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line. Another empty set for Goff. Heaves this one down the field, and it's incomplete. Very good coverage. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Aviators. Man in motion here. Goff looks to throw. Pass is caught. And he'll get down to the 43 before the 2-minute warning. So the 43-yard line is where they'll set up to start this thing. Again, an empty set for Goff. A lot of receivers on the field, it seems like, as this pass is caught. He goes right back to number 9. That's Williams. For a gain of 8. Goff slings the rock once again, and it's a first down at the 47 in opponent territory. No huddle. 3 timeouts. Goff gets it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and they're inside the 30 to the 26. Big plays being made here to get the Aviators in a position to take the lead before half. Trying to spend their time wisely here. And the Aviators looking to pass. It's caught. And Sam Laporta, his second catch, and he's already above 100 yards and has a touchdown. Pretty impressive stat line here as Goff looking for somebody. He's got Gibbs, and it's going to be a first down, and he gets out of bounds. Still plenty of time left. 46 seconds to go at the 16-yard line. So now they're officially in the red zone. As Goff fits this one in. And that one looked dangerous, but St. Brown with the catch there. As it'll be 2nd and 1 at the 7. Fires. Intercepted! What an interception there by Dean. And that one. Whew. Boy, did they need it. Huge sigh of relief for Thunderbirds fans, as this one goes right into the hands of Jamel Dean. Here's Baker Mayfield back out onto the field. They'll have this one at the 20 with just a little under 40 seconds to go. Here is the first drive here. Mayfield gets belted once again. Incomplete, and Smith has been something to watch out for. Zadarius Smith, the man with the hit right there. Mayfield throws. His pass is caught. And it'll be a first down. And they'll stop the time at about 30 seconds. At the 33, Mayfield looking to go somewhere with the ball. And he just has to get this one out immediately. Zadarius Smith once again on his back. They got a pretty good set here. 4 wide receivers, including 1 tight end. Mayfield gets this one to Godwin. Godwin carries this past midfield. Timeout taken. 20 seconds left. They'll get to the 47 before calling that one. Mayfield looking for, gets that Godwin? Yes, it is. 6 yards, 4 seconds taken off, and no more timeouts for the Thunderbirds. Mayfield gonna have to put this one up quick, and it's incomplete, floated towards the sideline. Man, in the vicinity was Mike Evans. As it'll be 3rd and 4. Mayfield slings it. Oh. Boy, that could have been bad. Robertson was right there. Could have had a pick. And they're actually going to go for the field goal here. This one from 58. Kick is up. It is good. That is the longest field goal in MNFL history, and that one is going to be hard to break. Makes it 10-7 at the end of half, and they'll return this one for God knows why. as the first half comes to an end. The second quarter comes with it 10-7. Thunderbirds on top. And as we head into halftime, probably going to highlight some games to watch. Here as we'll see the first one is in, there we go. It's in Memphis as the Blues take on the Shamrocks. That one will be pretty impressive. Paris Dreadnoughts and the Armadillos fighting it out in Mexico City. That'll be a big one to watch. Intercontinental, if you will, there. And the Canton Tigers travel down to Orlando to face the Orbits. One of those teams tied in their first match. One of them won. And this match, though low scoring, has had some big plays to make up for it. Sam Laporta traveling the length of the field for a touchdown. A 98-yarder on his first catch. That was truly something to watch here as the Aviators kick it off to the Thunderbirds, who will receive it at the 2-yard line. And they'll get it to the 25. Mayfield and Irving. The story coming into this one, as Mayfield has gotten no worse than last week, and obviously that is a good thing. Heading into a match where you absolutely need it, Mike Evans stays on his feet, and he'll get to the 47 in their own territory. Pretty good play to start this one off. You see, cornerback tries to intercept this one. Ball was just too fast there, so Baker, the one to thank. And Evans, the one to thank for the rack yards if you have him on your fantasy. As Mayfield is sacked, thrown around by Hayden Hutchinson. Very, very big story here with Hayden Hutchinson. Coming into this year, he is the first defensive end, or I'm sorry, he came into this league about in the top 5. No one really considered him number 1. He's got something to prove coming in to this week, as it is 2nd and 23 at the 35. Otten in motion. Mayfield, sensing the pressure, gets it out to Irving, and he steps out of bounds. I'm pretty sure that was an accident right there. And it'll be 3rd and 20. Mayfield scrambles out of the pocket, gets this one off to Otten, and he cannot carry it any farther. Hutchinson fired up after that one, as this means 4th and long, and the punt team consequently coming out here to boot this one, as this is a pretty good kick. Wow. Pins him inside the 5. They'll tell us he's down about the 4. And Jared Goff and the Aviators gonna have to fight back here, as the fullback gets the carry for about 5. Be his first carry of the season, maybe even the first of his career, as 2nd and 5. Hangs out around the 9. Here's a pass to get him past the sticks, and it'll be a first down for the Aviators. So 17-yard line now. Goff is going to pass. He's got this one to Laporta once again. And he's got... Jared Goff has already had 204 yards to this point. And Sam Laporta, a big reason for why they have as much as they do. With that 98-yard touchdown pass, can't get it off my mind here. Thunderbirds fans probably hate me, but that was a very impressive play right there, and he got waxed right at the 5. After a gain of 5, excuse me. 42-yard line is where he will sit after second or first down. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. Motion. Handoff, and this one gets a gain of about 8. Burst through there with bad intentions. As they have it now inside enemy territory to the 48. Faking the handoff. Goff has been a master at this. And Jahmyr Gibbs will be down at the 35. Short pass, but did some pretty good things with it. As 30 seconds now in the third. They're looking to get on the board right here. Goff, another play action. Again to Jahmyr, and he got smacked. The 31-yard line is where they will say he got hit and down. 10-7, Thunderbirds on top still after a scoreless third quarter. And the Aviators trying to take back that lead. Coming into the fourth, it's very, very important that they get this one right here, because Rio has had trouble with their defense all day, and that one could have been taken to the house. Diaby almost had a pick 6, deflected it. He's still happy about it, but not as happy as if he would have gotten in the end zone right there. Goff sees a late window, and it's caught inside the 15 to the 13. And the red zone opportunities for the Aviators far and few in between, as they have a chance right here. And once again, their red zone efficiency is pretty good. A defensive masterclass throughout this one. And it's going to be another pick. Taking the average down, Zion McCollum. And Jared Goff throws his second pick, and it's been costing the Aviators to the point where you got to ask, I mean, is it Goff or is it the wide receiver? It's a serious question to think about as Mayfield takes the field with 5:19 to go at the 20. Man in motion. Mayfield looking to throw. Can't get it off, and he's sacked. Aiden Hutchinson once again could have had a strip sack right there if Baker didn't hold on to it. Might be a controversial one, as it did look pretty bad. And there is Jack Campbell for a TFL on Irving. And the Aviators might just get this one right back. 21 yards to go at the 9 for Mayfield. Motion Evans. Mayfield looks to throw. He's under pressure. Gets this one out to the physical wide receiver, and he will not get very far. Only a gain of about 6, which would be a pretty decent play if they weren't backed up all the way to the 9, as they'll punt this one from about the 4-yard line. Pretty impressive one, though, as he gets him inside the 30. They'll return this to the 41. Still some daylight for Jared Goff. 244 yards today with 1 touchdown to spare from it. As Goff is in an empty set. We haven't seen this one since the second half, I don't think. Or the first half, excuse me. And Sam Laporta continues to rack up them stat yards. He's been a viable one today. Very physical, which for a tight end is not surprising, but I mean, taking a 98 yards is. Most people that play tight end don't have the speed for that. As it is 2nd and long now. After the incompletion, Goff on play action here. Looking! And there is a man waiting to rip his head off right there. Incomplete. And now it'll be 3rd and long. Pretty strong defense throughout this game. Why our score remains 10-7. Heading into the 4th. As Goff buys some time, throws, and it's incomplete. Out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and long now. And they'll punt this one. Say he'll be probably about the 40. Yep. That was accurate. Fair catch signal for, but he will not be able to even catch this ball as it'll sail out of bounds at the 15. So Mayfield and the Thunderbirds with a chance right here, right now. Mayfield slings this one out to Evans, and he'll pick up a 1st down, dragging a defender with him to the 28. And the 2-minute warning hits. And it is still 10-7. The Thunderbirds remain in control right here. A touchdown would put this one away here. Mayfield handoff to Irving. Irving can't find anywhere to go after a yard gain. Timeout from the Aviators. Wisely spent right there. Minute 57 to go after the timeout. Irving is once again met. But this time at the line of scrimmage, it'll be 3rd and 9. Mayfield. It's in his hands right now. Throws, passes caught. Evans streaking up the sideline, and a painfully called timeout right there from the head coach of the Aviators. They might just ride this one out. Be a smart decision. I mean, a minute 47, you can kneel if you want. And that's exactly what they'll do. Right on the logo. And this one is going to be called game very shortly here. This defense was strong. And, oh, they're actually going to hand it off right here. They'll get a gain to about the 44. And they're going to kneel once again right here. I mean, just a spectacular performance from both quarterbacks. The only asterisk being Jared Goff and his 2 interceptions. Still had a pretty decent amount of yardage. As this one hits triple zeros. The second half went completely scoreless. And the Thunderbirds will leave Aviators in their field with a 10-7 lead. Baker Mayfield getting high-fived all around as this one was certainly one to watch. I mean, even if you're an offensive guy, that first half was pretty interesting as Godwin gets in for a first down. But if you're more of a defensive guy, I mean, this one was right there for you all throughout. I mean, you're talking about a guy that can wreak havoc in Aiden Hutchinson. And the Thunderbirds defense was relentless as well. The secondary, especially showing up in the second half, especially in the red zone. But with that being said, the key players of this game, both quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield with 1 touchdown, 194 yards, and about a 70% completion rate. Jared Goff with a touchdown, 254 yards, and a 65.4% completion rate. This one just was not going very well for the Aviators on offense. Again, that first half was probably the best they got, with Sam Laporta scoring that 1 touchdown. Other than that, secondary showed up in the second, and that's where it ended. So, that's where we'll end today. 10-7 Thunderbirds win at the away team's field, as we will see you later. Signing out from Chicago. Peace.